Hi guys, I'm XueWei from Group 15. Today, my group and I will be going in depth and talking about our research done for our character, the Geisha. In today's presentation, we will go through the history of the Geisha and analysis of the Geisha documentary. Following that, we will further talk about a particular named Geisha and her usual habits and rituals. Let us begin.
Geisha are Japanese entertainers that perform frequently at traditional banquets. Geisha are specialized in the field of traditional Japanese dance and music. Usually, geishas entertain their guests with a combination of both their hostessing and conversational skills. They also use their skills in traditional Japanese art forms of dance, music, and singing. Geisha are commonly found in geisha districts known as hanamachi. Geisha districts are most commonly found in Kyoto and Tokyo, with the hanamachi in Kyoto being known for their adherence to a tradition and high prestige. Before one becomes a geisha, they must undergo training as a maiko. Training takes any time between 3 to 5 years, and beginner maiko are usually aged between 15 to 17. The decision to become a maiko is made entirely by the individual, as being a maiko requires a lot of commitment and it has to be a well-informed decision.
Analysis of documentary. For the first point, we will talk about the lifestyle of a geisha. Geisha is an artist and an art itself. The word geisha literally means artisan. This artist practices the traditional Japanese arts and are purveyors of the Japanese culture. Geisha is also portrayed as an art through their distinctive facial decoration, hairstyle, refined kimonos made of silk with exquisite colorful designs, and the graceful demeanor of the geisha have presented an entrancing subject for the Japanese artists over the centuries. Being a geisha also requires commitment and time on their jobs. Before being a geisha, a maiko must undergo 5 years of intensive training before she can be a geisha. Now, let's talk about the culture of a geisha. Geishas are trained in fine arts such as dancing, singing, playing the shashaman, a most distinctive Japanese musical instrument, dining etiquettes, and have friendly conversation with customers. The geisha has become an icon of Japanese culture. Because they give up so many commitments and time into their jobs, having a husband is not an option for them. But if they decide to have one, they must leave their job. Geisha also painted their face white to enhance their skin tones and to contour their faces, making their faces more visible and recognizable. Another reason why they paint their face white is to hide their true feelings and facial expressions. Kimonos are a statement piece for geishas. For geishas, kimonos is no different from a business suit. It is a visual signal of their professionalism, grace, and elegance. In this slide, we will talk about the challenges and the other facts about being a geisha. Being a geisha is not an easy thing for every Japanese girl. It needs to be coped with a lot of difficulties. First of all, the geisha are lack of their individualism. They must control their weight so they cannot become fat or they will lose their job. Being a geisha might be forced to drink a lot of alcohol, so it could be a bad influence in their health. They are viewed negatively as they are often mistaken as prostitutes. They are also not allowed to have any husbands. They have got to entertain customers so they prevent on getting one until they are retired. Now we will talk about the other facts about being a geisha. Before being a geisha, you have to undergo 5 intensive training as a maiko. You can see the difference between a maiko and a geisha through their makeup. The main difference in their makeup is the lipstick. The beginner maiko will only paint their bottom lip red, while a more senior maiko training as a geisha will have a thin line on both lips, while a geisha will have to paint both of their lips fully red. As for the requirements of being a geisha, you must have passion, and the willing to learn the Japanese culture. And lastly, they are often mistaken as prostitutes. Now I'm gonna hand over to XueWei to talk about the next slide of the user.
The user is a geisha named Tomitsuyu. She had trained as Maiko for 5 years before becoming a geisha in May 2018. She used to study in New Zealand, now she lives in Kyoto, Japan. Her family consists of 3 members, her parents and herself. When she was younger, she had great interest in the Western culture. As she grows older, her love for makeup inspired her to become a geisha. She is proud of her culture and embraces it by helping the tea house gain more recognition. So how did she do it? She gave up on having an usual life like the other girls and spent years devoted to her job. Her love for her culture allows her to be resilient and determined. When she makes mistakes in front of her clients, she remains professional and positive. Knowing that she traveled to a foreign country alone for swimming events when she was a child, we can see that she is brave and independent as well. Her goal at the current stage is to make geisha culture more well known and appreciated. Her needs will be having more reassurance on her performance, so she does not feel so stressed and concerned when she is performing. She also needs to maintain her body shape while staying healthy at the same time. Now, I will pass to Farhan. He will share more about the habits and rituals of Tomitsuyu.
Her habits and rituals are split into 3 categories: work, rest, and play. Under work, she will put on a kimono followed by makeup. Her makeup is worn neatly, with no smudges along her face. She would feel restricted and unnatural when at work. Tomitsuyu also takes up dance and music lessons. Under play, she would take a walk in the morning, hang out with her friends, and has a habit of reading fantasy novels. Under rest, Tomitsuyu had a habit of midnight snacking before bed, but she stopped after going on a diet. In addition, she would apologize to her older sisters in her sleep for making mistakes. Tomitsuyu also maintains her hairstyle by sleeping on a wooden pillow, and waking up early has become a habit.
To summarize, Tomitsuyu is a very determined person. She works hard to achieve her goals and wants to make her culture more widely recognized by the people of her country. Despite making major tweaks in her lifestyle ever since she started on a training on being a geisha, she has always had a positive attitude towards her daily life. When she made the move from New Zealand to Japan, it was no doubt a big cultural change for her. She missed her friends and the culture of New Zealand. Despite that, she knew that something greater was in store for her when she was in Japan. Hence, she chose to focus on the bright side of things and not dwell on the past in New Zealand. Today, she is content with what she has and what she is doing. Her determination validates everything that she has achieved today, and I feel that she will be able to achieve her goals in the long run.
Thank you for listening.